Howdy, folks. Today we're looking at Youngblood Strikefile number 1 from 1993 in Image Comics. Gaze with me once again into the abyss, dear friends, as we return to the high water mark of early Image Comics. Winter of 93, after the first blush of success poured gasoline on the boom market, but before the subsequent correction cracked the industry in half. Our story picks up with one of the hottest artists of that moment, not already affiliated with the Image schism, the great Jay Lee, risen to prominence in the most unlikely of places as artist for Namor the Submariner with John Byrne as writer, following Byrne's initial 2 years as writer and artist. It was that run, just over a year's tenure, alongside a handful of fill-ins for the X-Men line, that attracted the attention of the aforementioned Image Comics, and made of Lee one of the first industry figures to cross the unofficial picket and book work for Image while still working at Marvel, although certainly not the last, as the company's incontrovertible success forced a normalization of relations after that first year. It's a testament to just how big a deal Lee was in this period that his last issue of Namor hit stands simultaneous to this series, just in advance of the Wildcats trilogy miniseries, and that just a few months later saw his debut on the adjectiveless Spider-Man series for an arc with Iron Fist. Lee was in demand across the industry, and his work from the period reflects an artist who was learning to work faster and smarter without compromising on the finished product. The results were incredibly dynamic action storytelling built around cantilevered negative space to create the unmistakable sensation of motion. Youngblood Strikefile is also a flip book, with the front of the book devoted to Jay Lee drawing an adventure of murderous government assassin Chapel, and the second part of the book featuring Rob Liefeld himself drawing a World War II flashback. Both stories are devoted, at least in part, to bolstering connections between seemingly disparate parts of the Image universe, with future Spawn Al Simmons appearing alongside Chapel in flashback as part of crooked CIA kingpin Jason Wynn's interminable machinations, and the second half of the book features the contemporary Youngblood roster reacting to news of their wartime ally Super Patriot being brought back to life as a cyborg, as seen in the pages of Eric Larson's Savage Dragon. None of these early attempts at world building would really stick, due mainly to the real-world churn that would see, for instance, Chapel completely written out of Spawn's backstory once Rob and Todd were no longer on speaking terms.